I don't know, I wouldn't have this sort of idea for it.
There we go.
Oh, and it does say the live stream. Oh, yeah.
And we're live.
We're live? Alrighty then, this is weird. Should we do a test?
Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and send Sean the link.
Should be able to go live now. There we go.
Hey everybody, this is Cody. Zach is over here with me. Go ahead.
Watching. I'm your viewer.
Say hi to the camera.
Hello.
So we're gonna be working on FL Studio today, and we're gonna be making some music. We're gonna have a good time. We've got some wine here, and I'm gonna be having a great time. I think Zach will too.
We have wine, and we're gonna be having a good time. We are having a good time. We have some wine. That's funny.
We will be having a good time. So I'm just the link. Alright, so just checking to see the health of the stream, but that seems to be looking okay.
Alright, so you want to start on?
So, first off, my name is Cody. If you guys watched the stream last week, I was working with Live 1. I also go by the name of Zodiacs. Zach here goes by the name of Gray.
GRA, you know why I'm more than 50 Shades of Fly. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna bring up FL Studio first. I'm gonna try to get a little bit more situated first, because I'm kind of new to this streaming thing, so I suck at this really bad. Make sure also that there's no audio problems too. That's weird. Crap. Hey Zach, do you know how to bring this to the other screen? It's not moving for some reason.
Why isn't it doing that? I think it's because you're basically stuck there.
Am I?
It might be because of the stream.
Hold on, let's try the 64-bit version.
Has Jason hopped on yet?
Not yet.
Oh, we got two watching. We got two.
Got two people watching.
That might be Sean. That might be somebody else. We'll find
Hey
it.
Sean, can you hear us okay? Let us know. Hold on, I'm trying to get FL Studio set up, but for some reason it's not cooperating. There we go. That's weird. You guys see the screen okay?
Alright. So I can see.
Alright.
We're working out?
Yep.
Alright, yeah, looks like we're good.
Can you hear me okay, Sean, too? Do you see everything on the screen okay?
Yes, sir. It always reminds me of Georgie for some reason. Yes, sir. I can't even do it like Georgie.
Yes, sir. Hi, guys. So this is FL Studio I have brought up on the screen right now. Go ahead and send a message to Live One, Jason. Let him know.
On you.
Yeah. All right.
Here's number 2.
So here's the plan for today. We're gonna make something a little bit more chill. We got Zach over here monitoring things on his computer, making sure everything looks okay, and then I'm gonna be just jumping through here and then just going through FL Studio first. Okay. So, to those of you who watched the stream last week, it looks completely different than Reason. So every time I look at it, it just does look really weird. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this started. Go and pull this into full screen for you. Alright, so right here, this is the mixer. Also the master. You can assign all sorts of instruments to each part. Let it be its own instrument. And so far, we have nothing because we haven't started anything yet. Alright, this is the pattern bar right here. This is where you can also make your instruments, the patterns for them. So your drum loops, your... what else? The drum loops and melodies and stuff. Get your headphones in. I forgot we're not even plugged in.
Oh, dang. Yeah, just grab my...
Alright. And then also too, we have up top right here. This is where we can view different things like the playlist right here. This is the playlist bar. This is where we organize our song. We can lay out our patterns. We'll go over that later. Your step sequencer where you make your drums and your patterns. Of course, your browser on the left right here. And your mixer. So that's just the shortcut for that if you want to bring it up quickly. So the plan for today is we're going to be working on a song where we decided we're going to try to do something more chill this time around. Grab my headphones. And we're going to start by just using only stock instruments. So everything that comes with FL Studio, that's all we're going to be using. Just the stuff that comes with it. And we're going to show you how you can get the sounds we want out of it and all sorts of various things. If you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know. I'm watching the chat right here. And then we'll get it started. Good question. Okay.
Under the bed?
Oh no, pillows. Oh shoot! Hold on, guys. I'm looking for my headphones right now. 1 sec.
Oh, hell no.
Ah! Should be around here somewhere. By the bed. Oh, there it is. It is under the bed.
Oh, he hasn't even looked. Let's see.
Legit stock sounds. So, speaking of legit stock sounds, the stock sounds do sound kind of bad sometimes, but I'm gonna teach you guys how to make an awful singer sing really well. Alright, so let's start with some drums.
Oh, you got these headphones?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was looking for the other ones.
Dip my headphones in wine. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, really?
Oh my god. Oh, it's not as bad as you think it is.
Good to know. Alright, so I'm going to start playing some drums. Let me know if you can hear the drums okay.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
So, to find our instruments, they're usually located in packs, at least all the beginner instruments. So packs, and of course I have a bunch of other stuff here too, but we're going to go with Legacy, because I do like the Legacy drums. Legacy drums are just drums from previous versions of FL Studio. Okay, we're going to go to hip hop, and we'll check out what we got here. Take that. And a ticky sound. Also, by the way, what I'm doing is I'm just clicking and I'm dragging it into the bar. That's a nice snare. And then let's get a kick. Nice subdued kick right there. Also, you can also right click on it and you can open in new channel and it'll just bring it up to here. Okay. We'll put that kick in too, just in case.
That wine did not ruin the headphones.
Good.
It just made my ear drunk. That's stupid.
That was bad. So I'm just going to delete all the stock instruments because we don't need them. So we're going to start with a pattern. So up here, I like to do patterns in 8ths, and we're going to, let's see, what tempo do you want?
Let's 130 is good. You can 128 is good too. We started making something chill.
If we're going to make something chill, we're going to go with a slower. Add some class to
the slower could be the swing too. So I mean, 128, 130 is where I'm comfortable at, and I can still do it slow that way. I mean, if you want to go down to not to 1 to 80 or to the lowest one I saw you had was 60.
Yeah. All right. We'll actually do 130. So this is going to be double time, meaning the song itself, the program itself will be moving faster, but our song will be constructed at about 75 BPM, so beats per minute. And since it's going to be basically it's going to be faster, I'm going to go here. This is our beats per bar for this pattern. We're going to raise that to 8 so that we have 2 bars here. So we're going to start with the kick. Actually, you know what? I'm going to start with the melody first.
Hit me with a 4x4 right now. Just so I can see if Sean can hear it.
Can you? Oh no.
Well, of course I can, yeah. Of course I can. I just don't want the same thing to happen that happened last time.
Yep. This is just a test to make sure everything works.
This is... Oh, you like it? Yeah. Ooh, mashallah.
Okay. Okay, so we were just goofing off there, just checking the sound off. So I'm gonna go ahead and delete that hot mess right now.
He's asking, can you bring the volume up a little bit on FL Studio end or on the vocal end, like us talking or the program? My ding ding dong.
Is it quiet for you, Sean?
So we got 4 people. All right, that's what I'm talking about. We got 4 people.
Okay. If it's quiet, we'll change it. Hold on one moment.
Oh, sorry. Wasn't me.
Everything's already maxed out. That's weird. Wonder if I can make it louder. Oh, to be honest, too, on our side, it's... Hold on, maybe this will help. How about now? Is it louder? Is it louder, Sean? Alright, so I'm just going to start on the melody here. So I also have some instruments here that you won't have. To get to that screen, just right click anywhere in the pattern, go to Insert, and we're going to go with Citrus, because that's what comes with the program. That comes with FL Studio. Citrus is basically just a collection of sounds that you can use. Most of them sound pretty bad, actually. It could just be the drum is quiet, though, because this is stupid loud for me. Alright, so how I got to that screen for this one. So now that we're working with instrument, we have our first instrument inside the stream, or inside the beat. So we're gonna go here to these arrows, and I'm gonna right click on it, and it brings up all the instruments that are, it's capable of putting out of the VST. Okay, don't worry, we'll change that later.
Instruments. Oh, I thought it sounded like orchestral for a second. Sorry, I just haven't looked for a second.
Hey, welcome live. Okay, we're gonna go with something chill. So, I want something that hits a little bit soft but still has some swell to it. Let's see, what do you think that would be? It'd probably be a pad, huh?
In the stock, in the Citrus.
Let's see.
Whoa.
I'm gonna turn that volume down a little bit. That one is not what I was looking for. Too ambient.
Wah.
Wah.
Let's do some It's what is it called? The pads are weird to me.
They are a little.
I do like that, however, for like a build up.
Okay, that I'm keeping. So that's a sound I want to keep. So we can stop that because it's just going to keep playing. Right click on it and you can click clone to clone the pattern because I want to keep that. And so I'm just going to clone that and then go back to my instruments real quick. Let's see. How do you think Lost Ark? No. It's going to have to be good enough. So I'm going to stick with this. This is the Misty. We could change the sounds a little bit, and I'll show you that later. But for now, we're going to start on a song. So this is your piano roll. You can minimize it too. Right-click on it. You click piano roll. And it should bring this little screen up. And this is where you make your melodies at. Since I don't have a MIDI controller here, we're going to be doing it manually by placing the notes. If you click on this little button right here where it says ABC, it turns into a piano roll for actual keyboard if you like it. So you can also preview the sounds if you click on it. But I actually prefer seeing the notes themselves. So I clicked here so I could see the notes and then, you know, what octave it's in. So I'm going to start here. Let's see what kind of sound. So we'll go C here. So what I'm doing now is I'm just placing notes right here. You make sure you have your pencil tool selected, and you can place notes and then drag them and change them to be whatever size you want and whatever length you want them to be. So that's what I'm doing here. So I'm going to play some long drawn out notes in the beginning, probably like in a dun 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 kind of sound. So I'm going to go for that. And there's my second bar right there. So you can see this little number here indicates when the bar ends, but since we're still in the first bar, I'm going to change the size of this by grabbing this scroll icon and then just till the little double arrow show up, and then you can pull it, change the size of it. Nope. So right now what I'm doing is I'm just making some chords, putting some chords together to try to give it a more lively feel, more full kind of sound. Okay, so that sounds okay. I'm going to try raising it up an octave, so you can just hold Control and press up on the arrow key, and it'll put it up a whole octave for you. No, going back down to the lower octave, so just hold Control, push down on the arrow key, and you can tell just by the numbers, it says D5, G5, C6. So I'm going to change this a little bit.
All right, my fingers are tired now. Hopefully we can get some more viewers, but I think it'll build up after time. Go to the Misty again, real quick, and LFO.
could take out some. Let's take out some of the effects.
Hold on. I'm looking for. Go to the operator 1, or that. Yeah, just your first oscillator.
All right. So this is the oscillators for this program. This is actually an oscillation based VST, and then we can change the oscillations like this.
And just play it for a second, so I know. Do you want it to fade like that into it? Because you can have it hit sooner if you want. If you want to drag this attack or decay over, and it'll hit a little bit sooner.
Right.
If it'll, oh god, yeah, there you go. So it is the decay and stuff. Oh, it's just my thought anyway, just because it's coming in at that
Could be.
2 second.
But yeah, we'll see. Well, I might. This is subject to change because I didn't like it that much, but
Yeah. Using stock instruments is hard.
Hmm?
Using stock instruments is definitely hard.
yeah, it's
Especially with these weird headphones that we got right now. I'm surprised we don't have our fucking headphones, dude.
Ugh.
That's funny as hell.
it happens.
Hilarious.
Okay, I think I got an idea of one that we could use. So under the instruments, there's this little weird little instrument somewhere. Hold on a sec. There it is. So in the chromatics section, there's the U. Okay, that sounds a bit better. Okay, so what I did there, I totally should have just not. If you go to the different tools up here, you have several tools that you can use to modify these notes. So you have the draw tool, which lets you place notes. You have the paint tool, which lets you just kind of lay them down to that. I don't know. Control Z to reset that. You have the delete note button, but I find that to be kind of a redundant button because you can just right click on it and to remove it like this. But
Well, speaking of people in Ogden,
and
he's
let's see.
playing soon, too.
We also have the select tool. That's what I did. So you click the select tool, and then you can make a little box over the instruments you want to change to the pencil tool, and you can drag it around like that. And then if you want to just get out of it, you can just click on the outside or so. So let's see how that sounds again. No, we do not. That's pretty cool. Okay, let's see what kind of drum pattern we had. I forgot it's double time.
Let's do the dook.
Yeah, that's actually, I was thinking the same thing, yeah. So,
Oh, what the fuck? Might have to.
nope. I messed up there.
Oh yeah, that's why. That was weird.
Oh yeah, so what I'm doing now, oh shut up, Sean. So what we're doing here is now I'm laying down our drum pattern, just laying it right in here, just for now. And what we're doing is every time you click on a section, you'll see this little bar on the bottom go by. See? See, you can see it go by. Right there. And every time it crosses over here, every time it goes past the kick, makes it kick.
Only stock kick that we have?
What's that?
Is that really the only stock kick that we have?
No, we got more. I just grabbed a couple.
Oh, alright.
We can change it later.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So, from here, you can see the kicks, and then here's our snare. Alright. So, another little cool thing you can do is if you right click here, you can click fill each 4 step, and it'll just automatically fill in each 4 steps for you. here. Nope. Like that.
Do you want it 1, 2, 3, like a half? You want to? Do you want to add a third?
I'm thinking about it so far, but let's see.
I can do that.
Yeah. So this sounds pretty good so far,
Yeah,
right? Not a bad start, right? Already sounds smooth as hell. Or smoth if you're Sean. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now, we got our drum pattern here now made. We can right click on the U, edit. I'm just gonna go ahead and cut it out. So right click up here. So hold on, let me do that again. So in the playlist bar, you have pattern 1 here selected in the playlist at the top here. If you right click on the playlist, it'll bring up this screen which lets you either make a new pattern or even preview patterns as you make them. See, here's the drum. But I'm going to go to new pattern and just copy it back into the U. So right here, so you have the U, and then we have the drums. Okay, so we're going to start with that, and then we're going to need to put in the drums now in our playlist, so just so we have a loop to start with. So if I click the pencil tool, make sure I have playlist pattern 1 selected. Click here and boom, there goes my pattern 1. Here goes pattern 2, and then you can just move them around, whatever. I'm just gonna put track 1 as the drums. So I need to do this more often. I actually don't do this very often in my actual music creation because I'm lazy, but for the sake of you guys, because this is actually a good habit for you, we'll name that one drum. And this one will be renamed to a U. Okay. And then you can actually link tracks to this channel. I'm sure Zach could show you how to do that because I don't remember how, so we'll just go like this.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you can link patterns to these tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Zach can show you how to do that. I'm not going to, so he's going to.
I'll right click it, and then it's what the hell was it? Lock to content. So don't do that. No, it's basically like turning it into the FL, like old FL Studio, like
Yeah.
FL Studio 3.
But
it will do that. But
we
I
like the
how it's
system,
free
but
flow.
like we're gonna organize it like this to help things out a little bit. But you can freely actually just move it around if you want. Hell, I could even put it here, and it'll keep playing. Another thing too is if you want to play from the playlist, go up top up here next to these play buttons, click song, and then you'll see the little arrow pop up. See? See, even though it's in a different one, it'll still play. But this gives you some flexibility if you just want to place a one off, like maybe like a sampled clash, or not a crash, a sampled crash, or a hit, like a bang or a boom. You could just toss it in there somewhere, and you could even get a visual representation of the wave file if you throw it in. Just drop the whole file in. But I generally don't do that. Sometimes I do, honestly. There's exceptions to everything. I just kind of do whatever I want, to be honest. It's your song, you make it however you please. As long as it sounds good, right?
You know what? You always have to go with it. Anything that you make, or anything that you're like, oh, this is sounding good, and somebody comes up and tells you they fucking hate it. It's like, that's crushing sometimes, but it's better to go through with it.
All right, so we're gonna hot seat now. We're gonna change.
What, we're changing?
Yep, Zach's gonna now jump in, do his thing.
Smell these headphones. Are these ones better?
Yeah, these ones are better. Not by much, but they're better. So, hot seat.
Hot seat, switch now. Can't you see me? Oh my god, this seat's low. Holy shit, goddamn though. Whoa, this is weird because I had to look at that screen. Okay, so where are we at? Okay, so I can't control that. Actually, yeah, give me those ones. I don't know if you can hear the difference.
I can.
Damn.
Only one ear comes out, though. One sound comes out of one ear.
It's probably because of the wine.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, it might not be plugged in all the way. That's why.
Right. Okay.
Hey,
so
I wasn't
what the
plugged
hell
in all
should
the
we
way.
do?
That's why I was making that weird sound.
Oh,
Want to try
I got
again on
you.
mine?
Okay, so maybe we'll just add some
explain what you're doing too. Remember, you're making music live.
Ah, right, I'm making music live. Well, I'm creating a new pattern, and I think what we need to do is just add some more complexness to it. It doesn't need to get over the top because we're using basic instruments anyway. But I think what we're going to do is just take this pattern 2, and we're just actually going to paste it onto pattern 3, and I'm going to see what I can do with that, actually, because I want to know what it sounds like in a 2-step. So what I'm going to do, I mean, like you see, you got your tools here, you got all your fucking things that you could choose from. You got this wrench here, what I'm going to go to because it has all the tools I need in it, and the one that I want to go to in particular is chop, and I don't want to chop it that much. Where's my bounding box? It's over on the other screen. Alright, thanks for having multiple screens.
Drag that over, because they can't see it.
Yeah, will it come back over this way if I do it? Because
Yeah, see?
okay, so if you can see it, I'm just modulating the time right now, and this is, split time. This is, there's actually, the 4 beats per bar, but this is every 4th inside every beat. But we're going to try this just so it's double, just like that. And then it's going to hit twice, but I want to hear the pattern though. Then what I'm also going to do is go back to the tools and
make sure you describe which thing you click on, like what it does.
Yeah, well, I'm articulating it, which is going to it went back over to the other screen. Articulate, and I'm just going to make the notes a lot shorter, so it's going to be like a pluck almost. The only thing that's bugging me is the delay on this instrument.
So we can go ahead and go to the FX there and start pulling down some of those bars, like
so
right
I
here.
mean, but where's the actual delay?
That'd be you're in the F. Oh.
Yeah.
So here's another thing
here.
too, is what Zach's doing. He's using several tools that can help you add variations to your song with what you already have existing. That's the pan.
I pan that shit.
Pan that shit. That makes some squishy sounds.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
But what
I'm
is
fine
this?
with that.
What is this right here?
The oud cloud.
We're going chill. Let's see what we got so far.
I'll throw it into full screen.
On
See the
this.
screen's at the bottom. Click full screen on the left. Left, 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 left. There you go.
Aha! Okay, let's see. That's so weird to work with. I will insert another one. You said you wanted to keep that.
Yeah, just keep it. Just might be a good little sound to add. Some
So I
background
have
noise.
that halftime, and these do come stock. All these other ones, like Sawyer, Sakura, and yeah, they do on the new ones if you get it, I guess.
So that's Sawyer. For all of you guys who are watching the screen now, so this is Sawyer. It has some pretty cool electronic sounds, and it does some really cool things.
So we got C, G. Oh, so basically that. Okay.
Make sure you tell. So when you click on that arrow, you can actually change the instrument, and if you click on the actual words itself, I believe it actually brings up a whole list of the instruments you can select.
Oh my god, I didn't even know that.
Wow, guys, we're learning so much.
Well, this is weird because I mean, it would normally take me a lot longer. I'm trying to think faster right now, but I'm just gonna scroll through these and press buttons.
By the way we're actually playing the sounds too is we're actually just pushing on the keyboards, because the keyboard, like a computer keyboard,
Yeah,
will
there's a
actually play
slight
some of the
delay
sounds.
because of the stream too, as well. Though it's kind of taking a damper on what we can't do. Man, I don't know how I feel about that. Whoa! Don't you dare lock up on me and freeze. I'll kill you. Projects. what you can actually do is, what I'm going to do, I'm going to duplicate this, and I'm just going to keep the same swing, except I'm just going to make another beat pattern, and see if I can just change the character of just this one melody.
Also, too, describe how you get to that screen.
Oh, well, yeah, we'll just come standard. You got your current project over here. You go to current project, and it has your patterns. If you guys are familiar with FL Studio, you remember it used to be right here, and you used to have to scroll through all your goddamn patterns in this section. And you used to can do that here. It has it on this side, but you used to have like a literal like keyboard here, like 1, 2, 3, and then it had some other shit. And then you could press on the keyboard to activate your keyboard so you could play it like a piano, but your pattern picker was also in that spot too. But your pattern picker's here. But in the olden days, we used to have to scroll through 300 different channels because we had 5 million different beats. But this right here, this kind of puts it all in there for you, what you've made, and I just cloned pattern 1, and that's not pattern 2. If I would have named this pattern drums, it would have actually put underscore drums 2 or some shit like that. Maybe. Or just drums 2, but we're doing that. And I just want to see what we have in the legacy, and I'm going to keep blasting this whole song actually, and we're going to go to pattern 2. I accidentally
Actually,
clicked.
I didn't have 7
Where's it at?
I pulled the 7 in there because I figured that'd be a good sound to have in there too.
Oh shit! No, I'll delete it because it's already there.
We're already on the same.
When did I?
We're
When
on
did
the
I
same
click?
wavelength for this song, guys.
Was that where I clicked? Because that was sounded perfect where I clicked. Or was it just like right at the end? Because you got one right here. I like that.
Yeah.
And I don't know. This is 4. Boo boo boo.
Boo boo boo.
Boo boo. Ah, Jesus. Oh God. Where is so we got the vintage. There we go. There's our vintage bass. BD. Just try to line up with the kicks. That way it just gives it some oomph. We'll see what happens. So I want to sound deeper. I can't tell with these headphones, so
I'm gonna try with mine actually, because mine weren't plugged in all the way. Which is why they sounded weird.
Oh yeah, definitely. That was a lot better than those Samsung thingies.
Yeah, it wasn't plugged in all the way. That's why it sounded so weird.
Yeah, it's not bad. So I'm just changing the pitch of this BD because I wanted to have a deeper level than. I don't want it to hit on the same wavelength as this. This is very short because it just has a lot of interruption in that split second. I think there's a lot about wavelengths that I can explain, but this is a split second noise, and this one has a duration. You can obviously see it, so I mean, there's not really much to explain other than what you can see. But I did change a pitch, and what happens when you change a pitch to this wavelength, it just widens it just a little bit. It's not something visually you can see right here. The program's going to do whatever it can to process it, but and we'll go back to the SAR. I don't know what else to add to it. Ooh, don't break on me. And I'm just right clicking, add another pattern, because we know we have that other one in there. But we shall maybe. I like it.
I kind of like it too. But
I do really like weird. It just. I don't know.
I'm not your mind.
I have this one up here. Okay. Yeah, we're good. So maybe we'll go up. Oh, I already have the pattern there. So.
Okay, so remember also up top too, you can always bring up the pattern bar by clicking those little piano-looking symbols on top, where there's little circular buttons.
We'd be going for about 2 bars, and then that might change the mood of it a little bit.
Not quite.
I like it, but the second note,
Yes,
is it just a flat D?
There's a D sharp though in it.
Oh, it is a D sharp.
So I just don't think it suits that sound, the D sharp. Maybe like a G or something.
Maybe we'll go back. You have what else do you have in that? And the reason I'm looking at his notes because I want to stay on key, so I'm just kind of throwing in notes that I know is gonna match, but I just want something to carry it through these bars because I know we could build on top of that at least, or I can go lower. No, maybe we will go higher. Ah, these stock ones are so weird. Where's it at? We have... there's the attack right there. And we got the speed.
Go ahead and describe what the attack is. Go ahead and describe what the attack is.
The attack is the amount of time it takes for the note to strike. Or for it to peak, to be exact. Because the attack of a note could be a violinist stroking a string, but they do it to a point where it goes, you know, it's the attack is basically that, is the build up or the graduation of volume towards a particular peak, and I want the attack to be sooner with this particular effect, and I think it's not within these parameters that I'm looking at, because if you listen, still gradually going up, and I think I want to change it. But it's not affecting the actual time, so it could be a pitch modulator. It might take me some time to find the exact one that's doing it, but there's a number of different oscillators in here that could be affecting that amount of time that it takes. Like if we have these ones, for instance, because this would also be the same thing, except in the first it's basically this right here, but this is the same thing. So this is your speed, the attack, this is release, this is amplitude, this is, or you have amplitude over here, but it's the different oscillators. You see this is an LFO, this is the filter, and this is your oscillator, but the oscillator doesn't have any time parameters on it for square, or square, Sawyer.
Square.
Saw or whatever the fuck.
I forgot to describe what these little bars are.
I
forgot to describe what those little bars are.
Which one, these ones?
Yeah.
Well, this is your actual pitch fader, and this comes on your this is actually called the channel rack, apparently, and now this is FLCDO 11 and FL12. It's called the channel rack, but these are all your different channels, and channel rack has different parameters you can control, which has no effect on your mixer, which is actually kind of cool, because you can say boom, and then you can be like, yo, wait, you can be like, yo, assign to free mixer track, and what that does is that it'll create one here. We'll do that here in a second. I don't want to do it with this particular channel, but you'll say, I'm playing left over here, you add it to this, and there's a master, so the master is going out through one source, and you have all these different sources of sound, which you have here. If you organize that, then you said, hey, yo, I'm going to turn this to the left. It's not going to show up left here. It's still going to equalize itself in one particular parameter. So you can set that all you want. It's just a nice thing. If you needed to automate, it's there just in case you want to, because it does make a cool effect if you have one here going one way and one other one going the other way.
Next to it is the volume of the instrument.
And what I think we'll do, since we got, what kind of snare do we got? So I just want to add some reverb. I want to add a reverb to this little snare. It's almost like a snare slash click, I guess, with your fingers. It sounds like a finger click, but I'm not going to add your... What's up?
To select the mixer effect.
Oh, fucking just damn it. You know, I'm having a hard time trouble just describing things because I keep double clicking. But of course, we go to your mixer, which is right here. Click on that. It'll bring this up. After I'd clicked assign free mixer track,
click on that little arrow right there.
And we're going to add in just reverb 2. I might leave that there, but I want it to happen less. The decay right here, the DEC, the decay controls how much time it's really going to take for that to decay. So if we turn this all the way up, so I pause the music, but that's still going all the way down that long tunnel, if that makes any sense. But we're going to have at least not 1.1 seconds. You can see that up in the right-hand corner here when I modify it.
Left hand.
Or left-hand corner. Wine, guys, don't drink wine. You can also hold control to just manipulate it slower, because if you don't hold control, this moves a lot, but if you hold control, it moves very little. So it's a little bit easier to set to 9 is fine. I will settle for 9. And it's very, very sharp on the ears, so we want to take the high cut and turn it up. So the high cut is going to take out those high frequencies that's just kind of ear piercing. And then maybe just for fun, we'll see what that other pattern sounds like. Where's it at? Is it pattern 4? There it is now, because it moved. You know what? I actually will have some fun with that pattern, because I don't think this instrument necessarily suits it. But I will clone another citrus, and we'll find something. Yeah, clone it. There we go. And we will... Damn it, paste. And cut that. That's still copied, so I can Control V that anytime if I screw this up. But I want to hear it first, and I just want to see what's going on. Was that in pads?
That was in chromatics.
Let's have some. Do we have a format?
Format?
Yeah.
Be in the where would that be? Wouldn't that be a pad? No. No. I think it's in synths. Hold on.
ARP.
Yeah,
Bass.
the synths.
There we go. And we got the first one. Wow, this thing is so old. It's like I'm being 13 again all of a sudden.
Yeah, back when we were making music and didn't know what we were doing, this is all we had to work with, so we had to figure out how to make it work.
Good God. Oh yeah, I like that. That gives us some character, except I want to go with one of the other formats. No. You know, I actually kind of like that, and we'll keep that as the little third or fourth bar end. I'm gonna know how much time we have left. Holy fuck! All right, doing another switch. Fuck. Yeah, these are 10 times better.
Ugh. Pour me some more wine.
Yeah, I can. You want the barefoot? You want the
Keep.
You can take the rest of the 2 vines.
Yeah, we can take the rest of the Shiraz.
So I hope I explained things good enough. I didn't really manipulate or change or add much to the song, but I did manipulate the parameters of the song, I guess.
Alright, so I'm in the hot seat again.
I don't know, I feel like it's complicated because he's starting out with an idea and I have to build upon that idea. That's my excuse anyway. Just ride with it, and I did what I could do. and I didn't do much at all.
Also, too, sometimes you'll see we have 2 computers out right now, so I try to respond to the chat if he doesn't notice it, and if I notice it first, so I try to respond there too. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. We'll try to respond as soon as we can if we see it. Well, let's get this going. So back to full screen, because I'm sure you guys don't want to see my mug all the time. Well, that's pretty cool. All right. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, what I did here was I got the pencil tool, I grabbed the little select tool, highlighted all of it, and I'm going to push Control C, and then Control V to copy it. So it just copied it on top of itself for whatever reason, but if you go back to the pencil tool, you can grab all of it and just move it over. So I'm going to do that. You can also kind of control it by scrolling this a little bit to copy it, and it'll kind of move it in front. Hey, thanks, Live. We've worked together for a long time, so we like 10 years, long time we've worked together, and that's why we try to...
Who's the
live one?
Who's the live one?
It's the one I was with the other day when I was streaming.
Oh, no joke, that's cool.
But yeah, we've been working with each other for such a long time that we kind of understand each other's thought processes. But now that we got something here, this is pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Now I'm gonna show you. So I love sampling. Like, I really do like to sample stuff. So I like to take sounds and I like to warp them a little bit and make them work for me, so to speak. So FL Studio does come with some samples. That's not it. And in the packs, there's a lot of extra folders in here that you won't have, but these are just mine. So you can just click here, click vocals. These are all the sounds. And good old Lori. I'm gonna mess up your voice a little bit, Lori. So not bad. Those are some okay sounding vocals. I mean, she's a way better singer than I can, so those are actually pretty good sounding vocals. But for what we're doing, those will be fine. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna show you how to manipulate a vocal and, so to speak, turn it into an instrument that'll kind of work for you. So I'm gonna go over here, open up the mixer. Just on the master track is fine. So I'm gonna click on the master track, click this arrow, and then I'm gonna bring up Edison. So Edison is gonna be your basically WAV file editor. You can record samples into it, which I do sometimes. If you wanna, like, I don't know, like make a little ticky sound with a glass. It's okay, I miss Lori too. But you can make it like a ticky sound with the glass. You can push the record button here if you have your drivers set up correctly, and then start tapping on a cup with the pencil or something, and it'll record it right into here, and then you can modify it. There's quite a lot of buttons here, and quite honestly, there's some of them that I'm not exactly sure how to use properly, but this is what I use it for. So I think I said this song was probably in C. So let's just take a look. Yeah, it is close, like probably C minor. It might even be D, but we're gonna go with this C. So I'm just gonna grab it, drag it, throw it into there. Okay, so here's my sound. So, oof, that's loud, but that's the sound right there. So I'm gonna pull some of this out. So right there. So what I did was, you can click on this screen and it'll highlight red, and then it'll only play that sound you play. And if you and then you can grab the other end and pull it in if you want, if you don't want all of it, and you can even just pull it out to the end. So what I'm trying to get is that last part of her voice, the kind of sound she does right there. So it's also kind of like that slight change right there too. So this is about how much sound I want. we don't really need the last part of it, so I'm just gonna cut right that. So this is the sound that I want from this sample, this vocal right here. So I'm gonna go right here, click on the drag copy sample selection, and just click here and hold your mouse and drag it into your piano bar. And that sound that I cut out is now the sound that's right here. This is Lori B. Ah C. Okay, anyway, so I'm gonna modify this a little bit first. So you can preview the sound right here, just click it.
I have returned.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on the crossfade loop, which makes it so that you can keep holding on to it and it'll keep playing. But I'm going to change that a little bit. And these little red lines represent where the loop cuts into. So, see, that's not bad. Not too bad. Maybe a little less. That's not too bad. So what I'm going to do here is on this time stretch right here, because what will happen is when I play it, it'll always try to match, it'll always try to make the sound no matter where I try to play it at. So I'm going to right click here, click none. And then I'm going to go up here, go to functions, go to miscellaneous, and go to porta and mono. So porta stands for portamento. Portamento is basically a note that slides from one to another.
Portamento.
Portamento. And then monophonic means a song where the notes will pull each other when it plays. So I'm going to just turn both those on. Go back to the SMP, which is the sound file. And this is what I got. So now it should actually work like an instrument. So hold on, let's start a new pattern first. Remember,
I don't even know how I just jump back.
Right click here.
Sound.
I grab one of Lori's vocals because it's a stock sound.
Yeah.
From FL7.
This is FL7?
I'm sorry, FL11.
Oh, I was going to say FL7. Oh, that's way back.
So now I have a new pattern. Right click, piano roll. I'm going to enlarge this real quick. So your notes, regardless of what the sample is at, it'll always default to C5 for the original sound. But now if I click E5, changes the sound. Now it's the note went up. There we go. Now we got our D sharp. There we go. That's probably what it's in. Thanks. So now we got that. Okay, so now I have a Lori instrument at my disposal in the key of Ah C.
Ah C.
Ah C. Oh, that's pretty long, so I'm gonna shorten that. So you can do some really, really cool things with vocals, especially when you use them as an instrument technically, because vocals sound a lot different than anything that you can get digitally. So you can do some really cool pulls, and it makes some really interesting sounds, which is why I like working with these sounds so much. But I'm going to add it in right here.
If you wanted to. What? You said you can make a bass out of that if you wanted to.
Exactly. I could even make a bass out of it if I wanted to. But that's not what I'm doing, so I probably won't do that.
No, not today.
So what we're going to do actually is, so let's say we want to add this into a specific part of the song. I mean, we only have 8 bars, but let's say I want to add it in when it comes in after 1, 2, 3, 4, by the way. So these colors right here, these represent every 8 bars. So this is 4 bars. You can see the lines in the little square. Another 4 bars, another 4 bars, another 4 bars, and then another 8 bars start. Lori bass. I'll see what I can do for you, Sean. Okay.
Lori, damn it, Sean.
Damn it, Sean. All right. How long have we been running right now? How much time do we have left? Oh shit, we've been running for about almost an hour, really.
Damn.
Okay, so we got about 30 minutes, so let's finish this up. So I'm gonna add it in, but I got the selection tool, and if you go up to the top right here on this black bar, which actually has also a numerical representation of the bars you're on, you can click here and drag it, so it'll only play this section when you play it. See? Not bad. So now I'm gonna add Lori in, and that's Lori. Not bad. So her voice sounds pretty plain right now. We'll just leave it at that right now while I'm making the melody. I'm going to turn down the volume a little bit, and then we'll add some effects to it later. But we'll just start that. That's a pretty good start, actually.
Make it stutter.
Make it a little bit too late or early.
Make it like a or something like that.
Yeah, okay. Oh. Not bad. I'm gonna Just lower this again by dragging the bar, just so the screen fits a little bit better. So Zach wants to make it like a little stuttery sound, so I'm gonna go ahead and do this like this, or gray, or whatever you want to call them.
Ooh.
I think the beginning of the sound makes it so it doesn't really match well. Nah, probably won't do that then. So I'm gonna go back here, copy it again. So one thing about sampling too, when you really take a sample and try to use it, it won't be in the key that says right here, so you do really have to use a lot of ear work. So basically trust the way it sounds. If it sounds good to you, keep it in, because it says G5 here, it's not in G. I promise you that.
That's
it's not in G.
It's probably something else.
But so you have to really use your ear to get the sound that you need.
However, you can do pitch detection, but it won't get you straight on. It'll get you maybe...
It'll give you a ballpark pitch.
Yeah, it's a couple semitones off, and you'll sit there and listen to it for days and drive yourself mad, so...
Alright, cool. So that's this is a good framework so far. Now I'm gonna jazz it up, so to speak. So right here, here's some little buttons. We have a slide and we have a portamento pool right here. We don't actually need to use that since this is already in portamento, but I'm gonna use the slide. So what the slide does is once it hits that note, it'll pull the note up to that note. And however long this is how slow it is. I'll show you an example. If I make it this long, so she does the kind of slowly, but if I shorten it, it does it faster. There you go. See? Not too bad. But I might do it like this actually, and then put that in. Whoops. And then put in click that tool, and you can tell too right here. You see the little symbol right there, right at the very under the E5. Actually, that was F. Under the F5. That's how you know that it's portamento enabled. Oh yeah, this has to keep going too, because that's the note that's being pulled. Oops, sorry.
Oh, yeah, don't double record. Oh my god.
Alright, and since it's already portamento, if you put another note on top of it, so I'm just gonna click this so I can get that same size in, like that. Turn off portamento. Since it'll pull in that note and go back to this note, since we have portamento already enabled on this particular sample. See how it goes back down? So we can make some really cool pulls like this. Just like that.
Keep it.
See?
Do not delete that.
That's sting.
Hell yeah.
So I'm just adding in some more notes to get pulled, so it sounds pretty cool. Hey, I'm glad you like it, man. Okay, so there's that, and then I feel like we should add some ooh kind of low sounds into it to give it some really nice change of feel. Ooh, like that.
Actually,
I don't know where.
Can I poke at it?
Yeah.
I will just reach over. I will just be the guy. This is not a hot seat right now. This is just, whoa. This is me reaching over. Oh, it's on that, huh? Oh shit. On a separate channel, will it do it? Will it still pull the note on a separate channel?
I think it might actually.
Was it on this one? Or on this right here?
Right there.
Ooh.
We can have it pull up to it. I should go. Yeah, and then I hit it.
I hope that doesn't do it. I hope it doesn't do it. Holy shit! That's actually fucking cool as fuck. Wow.
So
It still did it though, didn't it?
it did it,
It did
but
it.
it sounds pretty cool though.
Yeah.
So what happened is since Sean, it is more rhythmic now, and the reason why is because even though he did it on a different pattern, since this instrument is inexplicably, I said that wrong, but it's linked to itself. So basically, when something happens to it, it will always respond to the other notes. So even though it's not playing here and it's playing on the other one, the notes will respond to each other because of the settings that I placed on this screen right here.
That's so weird though.
But you can bring it out of the screen too just by clicking on the instrument. It'll
I
bring
would
that
say
up.
we might even have to clone that channel just to have it separate. I mean, because I like it. Let's play it real quick again. So let's stop it and let's go. Let's duplicate pattern 7.
Okay. So we're gonna duplicate pattern 7. Just the whole pattern?
Yeah.
Alright. So pattern 7, clone.
And on that, let's duplicate another Laurie, just like the same parameters.
So just right click that, clone it, so that it's considered its own instrument.
So now let's. This is on pattern 8. So cut that one and place it on that one. And then on the second one right here with our ending, let's just throw in pattern 8 on the
Like that?
yeah. Well, no, I mean, let's take it out on here, and then cut it out up top, and then put 8 down here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so here's another thing we can do here. So you can either push the cut tool and cut patterns if you literally want to take out a piece of a pattern just to add like a little drop or something to a song. But honestly, I prefer using the pencil tool. To see how all these things are click here, and you see zero, cross, and stretch. I'm going to turn off stretch so I don't accidentally stretch out the pattern. And we're going to grab here.
Oh no, I'm saying literally delete it, but yeah, we can do that too. But because it's a whole new instrument, it shouldn't do the
8,
whole.
oh, you want to do? Oh, okay, I didn't get
Yeah.
it. You want to put 8 right here instead,
Yeah,
right?
I want to see how that sounds with the actual hit with it. So.
All right, let's see this.
Yeah. Definitely.
There you go. Okay, Lori is sounding pretty good now, huh?
Oh damn, that 2 vines is here. I'm just gonna here.
You gonna open a new one? Damn, guys, we already killed a whole bottle of wine.
No, we didn't. We're fine.
We're fine. All right, so I'm gonna add Lori in now to the mixer. I'm gonna leave the bass one in a different track because I think that one will be a little bit different. But I'm gonna click here. So click Lori, right click on this, and then you can, my bad, click here. You can right click up here. What am I doing? So you can click on Lori here, bring up your mixer track, and we don't have anything assigned to anything really, so I'm gonna assign her to number 3. So make sure she's highlighted here. You can tell by the green light. Right click on the mixer, link selected channels to this track, and now Lori is now channel 3. So I'm gonna click here.
Have you always done it that way?
Not always.
Oh, okay.
I usually actually use this slider right here,
Oh, I always use the drop down.
Yeah, it doesn't matter though.
Oh.
I thought since you showed them that
There's-
way, because I did it
yeah.
once or twice, but
There's
I
three
figured.
different ways to do it. and
Yeah, there's different ways to do a lot of things.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So, but I decided I'd show you how to do it that way in case you wanted to. So it's here. It does the exact same thing though. So honestly, it doesn't matter how you do it. Nothing really changes other than how you got there. So she's on channel 3, and listening to it, we're just listening to the pattern itself. Pattern 6. I think she needs some reverb, man. We're gonna put some reverb on her. So we're gonna go up here. Again, click the arrow. It brings up this screen, Fruity Reverb. And let's hear it now. Pretty good. I'm gonna lower the decay just to 1 is fine, or 9, whatever. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna raise the wet level. The wet level gives it more of here. So it adds a more dramatic effect to the vocals. If you raise it even more, I'll raise it even more just so you can hear. You see how it's even more like kind of spacey in its sounding. But I'm gonna raise the wet level a little bit, and the early reflection, I'm gonna lower that a tiny bit. But basically what the reflection does is how soon you start to hear the I guess the echo from it. But
the best way to visualize a reverb is you're looking down a tunnel, and you can see the tunnel. They kind of have it laid out right there.
Yep.
And,
so this is your visual representation of your tunnel.
Manipulate the size. You can put it back down to whatever parameter. Oh, I was gonna say use the actual parameters. But
see, you can change it like
yeah,
this
to a triangle tunnel, to an actual tunnel, but
to a square room, an octagon.
But they
also have default settings too.
Oh, sweet, you can get back to it then.
So right click here. Since I fucked this up because I was showing you guys how to do it. Right click, go to default, puts it back to normal.
But no, the wetness is not about distance. The wetness is actually about the fineness of the tunnel. The wetness sometimes carries a reverb. So like if you've ever been in I don't know how to explain it. Best way to explain it is you're going to the subway and you hear all the access noises, and as you get closer it becomes a little bit second shorter that you hear those voices.
Mm-hmm. Alright, and the dry level, what does the dry level represent?
The dry level will actually make it crisp or not. Like if it was an echo, so let's say we had the dry all the way down and like you play it, it'll just sound like literally just that. So you're way far away, basically. If the dry level is up, you're pretty close to it. You can still hear the source. If you have it all the way up, then it sounds crisp as hell. But the attack is down on the instrument anyway. But it's coming right there in your face. But you still have the echo because you're now close to the other end of the tunnel, I guess.
Right. Cool. And that's reverb. That's these little sliders right here. These are what I usually work with. Though I don't use too much on the reverb. I'll use this. I'll work with the sliders, and then I'll do high cuts all the time. But generally, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot here too. There's bass and everything. It's pretty self-explanatory. The damping, high damping. I guess you could do
it.
What was that?
Don't do it.
Don't do it is the best way to put it.
Yeah, I mean you can. It's how weird you want. It really does. It really is like putting a. It's like putting a. It's not a chorus. You have a chorus already on that.
Yep. So what I'm doing now is I'm adding a chorus just to give it, I don't know, a chorusy sound. So let's hear it now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise the depth, and what the depth does, it actually kind of just raises the vocal range that can go through. So it's slightly more bassy here, but that's a lot of chorus. So what we can do here is if you only want a slight bit of the effect into that certain instrument or whatever you have in your mixer, you have this bar right here, which is the mix level, and I'm going to actually lower that to about 50%, and you can see that at the top left of the screen right here. So about 50%. That's good enough. So I just wanted to add a slight chorusy kind of touch to it. I didn't want to add too much. But let's see what we got here.
I can't even.
Turn up the volume. Pretty cool. Sounds good.
Oh, what the fuck?
Sorry.
Oh, shit.
Cut you off. Alright, but anyway, so this is what we got. We're running out of time here, so we're gonna extend this pattern a little bit, make the song a tiny bit longer, and then we're gonna show you how to master it real quick. What's gonna happen too is I'll finish up this beat, or either Zach will or I will, it doesn't matter.
You could probably finish it up. This is way simple.
Okay, yeah. I guess I'm finishing it up, god damn it. So I'm gonna finish up the beat, I'll just mix it up, and then by finishing up, really, I'll just extend it out a little bit, change a little bit of the mastering, but I'm gonna show you how... Actually, you know what? Zach will show you how he masters, because his is actually a little bit closer to how the average person does it.
Oh, okay.
So Zach's gonna show you how you master a beat. Okay, switch in.
Too tangled up. Okay. What has even got going on? Alright, let's see. If I did play this from the beginning and listen to it for about, it looks like 30 seconds. Let's see if it is. Yo, here we go, dirty yo. What the fuck you doing in my town? I don't know what the fuck is going on now. Yo, hit the pattern once again. Yo, here's my rhyme. You ain't got a hook. Yo, check it, fucking grind now. I don't even fucking know. That's about 30 seconds. That is about 30 seconds. Damn. It's usually what it is. This is weird EQing on these headphones, because this is going to be a little bit weird. It's going to sound way different, I think.
We're going to have to do it completely almost visual, to be honest.
Yeah. I do want to see the parametric EQ. And the parametric EQ will literally give you all the different tones that you have across the board. And this is going to light up like a fucking Christmas tree, guys. This is going to be like... From what you can see, it has it right here. It has labeled. You got your bass, your low bass, low mid, upper mid, whatever the PRS is, and then treble. But these things, which I can do on the, where is it at? It should be a limiter. Every master track now has a limiter on it, and you can manipulate the gain. The gain is the high peaks that are reached to the top and how far you want them to go. I don't want the gain to go above my ceiling, which the best way to visualize this is you're standing in an apartment and your sound source is coming from here, and then you have your ceiling, which can go over your gain, which means your sound is literally permeating through the roof of something and making the neighbors mad. The gain will also do that, but the gain is only that outside of the club feel. So you can be outside of a club and it'll be like boom, 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 and then as you're walking it's like boom, it just sounds more crisp all of a sudden because you're actually inside the club. But we'll leave it normal. And the club in the club, but because this is actually a solid beat. If you really think about what we've got going on here, this really is a solid beat. It's not too complicated. This is simple as fuck, and this is a great live stream for anybody that's starting for FL Studio. But if we want to master this little piece of shit that we made, I'm going to be realistic about it, because this is I think we can do much better. We've spent, days on music,
But we're on
and
a time constraint.
this is a time constraint, and if we wanted to master this, we could do it through this limiter, or we could honestly do it through this parametric EQ on the master track, which means all of the tracks are going to that, and it's just a little bit nicer to be like, okay, but it has to be subtle. And I don't know if you can hear me when I'm doing that at the same time, because I can't hear me. What I will say, though, is that you want these levels to fluctuate, and you generally want about 4 decibels, but we'll leave it at 3.4 because most of these are hitting around -1 decibels. So this has plenty of time to adjust itself. So I mean, I'm still fucking with it, and we can get your high and low points. That actually sounds great. That way it's not too much in your face. We do have the bass in there. It's not too outstanding. We've got the bass coming in where you can actually hear it. Low basses, the human ear really can't hear, but they do exist. You can feel these basses down here, which is different. Your eardrums will feel these basses, but you yourself won't detect those basses. Which is a nice addition, because if you're deaf, you can have a nice bass going on. But it's those simple things, it's those subtleties that really can EQ a song, yes, but this is not what you want to do when you're EQing a song. I mean, this is something that needs to be added in throughout the song. So say you have a whole timeline, and I literally want to bring this particular EQ into a timeline. I can create an automation clip, and that's there. And I can manipulate when this takes effect. So this has no effect down at the bottom. It of course has an effect as it's coming down, but that's only going to control the volume of that particular effect right here.
It's called automation.
Yeah, that is automation. But this gets into dubstep. This gets into a lot of other things. I don't think I should cover it now, partially because of the inebriation, and partially because this is a simple thing. And I don't know how much time we got left. Should we possibly just freestyle over this, maybe? Or, I don't know, because that's basically what we can do with this simple little beat.
Basically, like, just bring it down to just level it down, compress it a little bit. Just bring it down to
I compressed it with that. I mean,
levels.
Honestly, we can do it this way. There we go. Okay, so
this is the multi-band compressor.
To those of you that are new, yes, it is the multi-band compressor. It does have the same features as Maximus and your limiter.
Just looks not as cool.
It doesn't look as cool, but the great thing about it is you can see your high points, and you can change where you want your high points to be. So this is the mid that I'm manipulating, and this is when I want the mids to kick in. This isn't about timing, this is about frequency, and the interference does interfere. So I want most of the basses to hit over my mids. So, and that gives it that outside of the club feel. If you don't see, if you can't hear it already, duh. But so that's flat. That'd be super flat. If we give it a wide range, it still compresses the whole thing. What the cool thing is you can do is you can leave that compressed. We'll leave this That is actually not bad, but except I will turn this down to so min. Oh, nope, I don't want to turn it off. That turns it off, just so you guys know. I'm going to turn this down so low that it's barely subtle. And the great thing is about this volume control, it's not about volume for this particular thing here. This is, of course, what would I say, an effect to the master, but the master is only going to output what the effects are on here. So whatever the end result is, you'll see it through the master, and that's what I'm ultimately affecting with this particular effect. The parametric EQ is off, and I might leave that off if this sounds okay. That's actually fine because we still have our basses and everything else.
Alright, let's take a look at the limiter, see if we're peaking at all.
Yeah, we shouldn't. We shouldn't.
Tiny bit. Alright, gotta pause the beat real quick.
There's a big peak. That comes down to.
See, that's a peak.
Yeah, that is it.
Alright, so I'm gonna just go and describe what you guys just saw right there. So right there, when you see those, hold on.
Yeah, I'll let you actually edit that and fix it.
So Zach showed you how he would master a song. That's pretty cool. Although it's completely different than the way I do it. So, but when you see me do it, though, I'll show you how I do it. I usually use Maximus, and I'll actually individually, I'll actually change the mids and the highs and the lows, and then I'll peak, change them out. Hour 27. So we got like 10, 20 minutes.
20 minutes?
So let me show you right here. So right here, this is our limiter right here. Our limiter does the gains. We can change the volume, the overall volume of the song, and then the ceiling. I'm actually going to just leave the ceiling at 0.01 so that we don't lose any sound. Because what the ceiling does is, once it goes above the ceiling, it'll literally, I guess the best way to say it is cut some of that volume out so that it doesn't go above it. That's what the ceiling does. So let's see. Whoops, we're on a pattern. Play the song. So if you see right here, there's this little downward looking thing right there, that little white line. That line means it peaked, so it lowered the volume down immediately down to more acceptable levels, but we lost that sound. And the whole point of mixing is to try not to lose that sound, but still try to make everything come out. So let's see this. So right there we lost some sound. Lost a little bit of sound there and right there. Now, the hardest part about mixing, especially mastering, is trying to find out what's causing that peak or what's causing that sound loss right there.
That is definitely the kick, and both snares are doing that.
Yeah, and then if you can hear the song, and you can actually see a visual representation of it here, so if I had to guess, it's either the snare or, hold on, that's actually the snare. So just listening to the timing and then watching this come out, it's probably the snare. So we can go over here and lower the volume a little bit. Since we didn't assign them their own mixer tracks except for number 3, we can lower 3 a tiny bit. We'll take that down to 23%, and then we'll lower snare 8 to 72%, which its original point was like 75. So it shouldn't make that huge of a difference, but we'll see if we still lose that sound.
It's a lot smaller, yeah.
Nope, I think it's the format actually that's peaking. So I'm going to lower the format from 43 down to 38. We'll see what we get there. It's still peaking a little bit. So this is basically the goal of mastering, is to try to keep the peaks from happening too much. We can cheat this a little bit actually. I'm gonna see if we can actually. It works sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't work, but we'll try. So I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna add the soft clipper, and we'll see if that works. So what the soft clipper does is once a point in the sound goes up, it actually curves off the tip of it. So it just makes it a little bit easier without losing too much sound. So let's see if that works. Nope, soft clipper did not work. So as you can see, we're still peaking. So this is one of the hardest things. So one of the things is that we can do is because if I know if it's the format that's clipping, I can give the format its own track, and then I can manually cut out some of the sound that's being lost, or not even cut out, but lower some of the sounds that are being lost. So we'll just go here. I don't think anything's on mixer 4, so see, it's empty, doesn't have a name here. I have format 3 selected, so I'll click here and link the selected channel to this track, format 3. And I'm going to use the EQ to see if I can find out what's causing it to peak. And since we are looking specifically at the format, we're going to hear the same 4 bars over and over again.
Yeah.
So the frequency that seems to be peaking is probably the one that's at 632 hertz. So I'm going to pull this down a little bit. But what I'm going to do is if you have a mouse wheel on your mouse, if you don't, then I'm sorry, you can use this little button, these little tools right here to change it. What we can do is we can actually make it a little bit sharper or a little bit more defined of how much sound we're cutting out.
You guys better have a mouse wheel if you're fucking doing composer software.
Yeah, if you're making songs and you don't have a mouse wheel, man, you're either at a coffee shop and had a spurt of like...
Or you're really fucking poor.
Or...
I'll just say that.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Here we go. So I'm going to cut out that sound at 400, 600 hertz, I guess now. Just based off what I can see on the lines. So I don't want to lose, I want to keep some of the highs, so I'm actually going to raise some of the highs, lower this a little bit more, and then lower some of the mids. So the upper mids and the treble is raised. We're still got one peak. So I got rid of most of the peaks, but we still have tiny little ones right there. So I'm going to lower it a little bit more of everything. So yeah, that's basically, this is our dilemma right now. So I did it, some of the peaks went away, but there's still some other peaks. So it could be that the format is just a lot bigger than we think, or there's something else peaking it. But that's the general idea here. So we're going to just keep mastering that. But, okay, I'm going to show you how I master it now, because I might as well just finish this off to make it a little simpler. So I'm going to go in here, I'm going to add Maximus, which is right here. Comes with FL Studio. I think it comes with 10 and up, right? Maximus comes with 10 and up, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so the default setting for Maximus when you bring it in always does this fucked up looking... I don't even know what this is, but it just raises the sound to holy shit. I'll just show you. Just way too much. So right click here.
Did you know there's, you know what the sound goodizer is?
Sound good eyes? Yeah, it's just a sub thing of Maximus with these settings right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did know that.
Oh,
Alright,
okay.
so now that I have Maximus, I'm going to show you how I use Maximus real quick. So I want to bring up the limiter first, just to have that visual representation. I'm going to exit out of this, because we can always bring it up using that button, this button I mean, up here. So I just want to see what's going on here. Oh, we're not peaking anymore.
That is absolutely perfect.
What's up?
That looks like it's perfect.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Well, there's a peak right there.
There's a huge peak right there. Alright, but what we're going to do here. So this is how you use Maximus. So you could always start with the low ends. I can click solo right here. So we can only hear the low ends now. And this is what it looks like, the wavelength for the lows. I think it's the lows that's peaking actually. To that big peak right there.
It's a pretty big peak, but it's not hitting the top.
Hold on.
It's negative. It's like -2 for decibels at the highest.
Right. Well, we'll curve it a little bit. So what we're gonna do is now we'll compress it a tiny bit. So right here, because it's paused right here, seems to be 8.9 on the top left decibels. and I'm going to go down to right here, which is the average, so the middle of it, so 14.1. So right here, I'm going to find 14.1 or close to it. 13.8 is good enough. So I'll add a little dot here. I accidentally moved it, so go ahead and drag that back so that's straight line. So this is at 14.2, perfect actually. And then right here, I'm going to pull this down. So what that does is it curves the sound wave, so it makes it a little bit hit not as hard, and you can see right here. So right there at the top, that shows you the curve right there. So it lowered the volume a little bit as it starts increasing past that moment. Okay, and we'll see if it's still peaking. Yep, we're still getting that peak right there. Whoops, I do not want to record. So we're still getting a slight peak there, but that's okay. So I'm going to go down to the mids now. So we're still in solo mode, so we're only going to hear the mids. It's not bad. So it seems that the mid for the mids would be about 24.3, so it'll be right here. 24... 23.8 is good enough. So we're going to lower that down a little bit, and we'll see what happens there. So just give it a slight compression. So you can see right here is the change of the compression. So that's not bad. We'll go to the highs. There's something else we should have done too, is the bands, but we'll do that afterwards actually. So here's the highs. That peak might be coming from the highs actually, that's a really high point. But it seems that the average here is 33.3, so we'll go to 32 right there. Whoops, moved it, straighten it out. And I'll pull it down by 1. It's still peaking, I don't know what the hell that is, dude. But anyway, we'll see. So now I'm going to go back to the master and we'll see it. Alright, and then we'll add a slight, we're going to add a slight kind of curve to the master too, so about 11.7 here. So I'll put 11.2 there, and then put a slight curve on it. Look at how all the other peaks went down. So you can change the gain on the limiter and raise the volume a little bit more. So just raises the overall volume of the song, changes the wave levels. Now what I like to do here is we're going to play the whole thing right here. Actually, no, we're going to do solo and we're going to look at the bands, okay? So right here, we're going to start with our lows. The lows sound fine. So one thing about the low band right here, this is the sound wave, or the wavelength of the lows that's being played is from here to here. One of the things that the rule of thumb I always follow is if you can hear the snare, like if you can hear the snare and it has a clicky sound on the bass, then that means this is too high and you have to lower it, and you would use these bars right here, or you can physically drag it like this. Okay, put that to its default. Now we'll go to mids. Now my rule of thumb for mids is if you can hear a clicky sound from the hi-hat, that means you have too much in the highs. So we're going to lower the hi-hats here. Tiny bit. A little bit more. So that sounds good. Now we'll go to the highs, and there should be these sounds. All the high sounds. Not too bad, right? So what I like to do now is I'm going to switch back here. So that was bands. I'm going to click back to monitor so I can see the wavelengths. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is actually I'm going to pull it down a little bit more, compress it a tiny bit more, the tops, but I'm going to raise the post. So right here you have pre and you have post. And the simple way to look at this is pre is I raise the volume and then the sound comes in, it'll be at that volume. The post is after we receive the sound, we raise the volume of all the sound. And I prefer post because pre can sometimes lead to some distortions unless it's just a quiet sound to begin with. But I'm going to raise the post on the top left. You can see I'm going to raise it up to 0.5. So all these sounds down here at the bottom should be raised a tiny bit more, so they'll be a little bit louder. Should have a little bit more sustain on the bass. I'm going to go to the mids. So I'm going to bring that curve down a tiny bit more also. We'll raise the pre by 0.5, and then we'll raise the post by 0.6. Not too bad. We'll go to the highs. We'll see what we're getting on the highs.
How's the master?
Not too bad, actually. I don't think I have to change much on the highs. But I will raise the post by a tiny bit to 0.4. And that's how I would master a song. Generally, I would use these points, and of course also, if there's other sounds you want to stand out more, you can go here, adjust them, add them to a mixer, or you can even adjust it through here. But when you're trying to compress a song, make it so that we're not losing any sound. We're losing sound somewhere. I don't know what's making that giant, like, right there, that point. I don't know what that is right there. Hold on. See right there. I have no idea what's causing
It's not even
that.
happening at the same time as the clap, is it?
No.
Huh.
So I have no idea what's causing that dip. I'll have to figure it out. But once I do figure it out, I'll upload it up so you guys can download it. We're going to have a SoundCloud page soon that we'll be setting up for TuneD. And if you guys enjoyed the show, feel free to subscribe. And I'm glad you guys came in here. So this is Cody, also known as Zodiacs. Hold on. So this is Cody, this guy right here, also known as Zodiacs. And we have Zach, also known as Gray. And thanks for joining us today, guys. We're going to go ahead and end this stream. You have a good day. Or night.
Have fun.
It's pretty late.
Yeah, it's fucking late. Not really, but go to fucking sleep.
It's 8:51. It's pretty late. Bye, guys.